You watched episode 1. You know what investing is, you know why it matters, you know the cost of waiting. Now you're ready for the next question. The question I get more than any other. Sam, I actually want to start, but I only have $100. Is that enough? What do I even do with $100? And my answer is yes. $100 is absolutely enough to start building real wealth in 2026. In fact, starting with $100 today is one of the smartest financial decisions you can make. Because the habit you build with $100 is the exact same habit that eventually turns into $100,000. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps, step by step, of how to invest your very first $100, which account to open, what to actually buy, and the one simple habit that turns $100 into something that genuinely changes your financial life. Let's go. Before you invest a single dollar, I need you to do one thing first, and most beginner guides skip this completely, which is why so many beginners make a painful mistake right out of the gate. Here it is. Before you invest, make sure you have at least a small emergency fund. Not a huge one. Not 6 months of expenses. Just a starter cushion. $1,000 sitting in a savings account that you do not touch. Here is why this matters. The stock market goes up and down. Sometimes it drops 20% in a matter of weeks. If that happens and you suddenly need money for a car repair, a medical bill, anything unexpected, and all your cash is invested, you will be forced to sell your investments at a loss just to cover the emergency. That is exactly how people lose money in the stock market. Not because the market is bad, but because they had no backup and had to sell at the worst possible time. So here is the rule. If you have less than $1,000 saved, put that $100 towards your emergency fund first. Build it to $1,000. Then start investing. If you already have $1,000 or more saved, great. You are ready. Let's keep going. And here is the good news. A high yield savings account in 2026 earns around 3% interest or more. So, your emergency fund is not just sitting there doing nothing. It is actually working for you while you build it. $1,000 saved, then you invest. That is the right order. Okay, emergency fund is sorted. Now, which account do you actually open to invest? This is where a lot of beginners get confused because there are different types of investment accounts, and choosing the wrong one can cost you thousands of dollars in unnecessary taxes down the line. For most beginners investing their first $100, you have two main options: a Roth IRA or a regular brokerage account. Let me explain both in plain English. A Roth IRA is a retirement account. You put money in using after-tax dollars, meaning you already paid taxes on it. But here is the incredible part. Everything that money earns inside the Roth IRA grows completely tax-free forever. When you retire and withdraw it, you pay zero taxes on any of the growth. If you are investing for the long term, meaning 10 years or more, a Roth IRA is the single most powerful account a regular American can use. You can contribute up to $7,000 per year in 2026, and all of that growth is tax-free. The one limitation, you generally cannot touch the money before age 59 and a half without a penalty. So if you might need this money sooner, a regular brokerage account is better. A regular taxable brokerage account has no contribution limits, no age restrictions, and no penalties for withdrawing. The trade-off is that you will pay taxes on your gains when you sell, but the flexibility is valuable. Here is Sam's simple rule for which one to pick. If you are investing for retirement and you will not need this money for at least 10 years, open a Roth IRA. If you want flexibility to access your money whenever you want, open a regular brokerage account. For most beginners watching this video, I recommend starting with a Roth IRA at Fidelity. It is free to open, has no minimum deposit, no account fees, and Fidelity is one of the most trusted financial institutions in America. The link is in the description. Robinhood and Charles Schwab are also excellent options and are both free. Pick one, open it today. It literally takes 10 minutes. Your account is open. You have transferred your $100. Now the big question, what do you actually buy? I am going to make this extremely simple. With your first $100, buy one thing, a single S&P 500 index fund. That is it. Do not overthink it. Do not try to pick individual stocks. Do not buy cryptocurrency. Do not chase whatever stock is trending on social media this week. Just buy an S&P 500 index fund. Here is why. The S&P 500 is an index of the 500 largest companies in the United States. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Nvidia, Johnson & Johnson. All of them in one single fund. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you instantly own a tiny piece of all 500 of those companies. You are automatically diversified across the entire US economy. If one company crashes, it barely affects your investment because 499 others are still in there. Over the last 50 years, the S&P 500 has returned an average of around 10% per year. That means $100 invested today at 10% annual return becomes $672 in 20 years without you adding another single dollar. Add $100 every month for 20 years, you end up with over $76,000. 3 specific funds I recommend for beginners. If your account is at Fidelity, buy FXAIX, zero expense ratio, meaning Fidelity charges you absolutely nothing to hold it. If you are at Schwab, buy SWTSX. If you're at Robinhood, buy VOO. These are all S&P 500 index funds. They all do essentially the same thing. Just pick the one that matches your account. And here is the key detail about why this works with just $100. All 3 of these platforms offer fractional shares. That means if one share of VOO costs $500, you do not need $500 to buy it. You invest your $100 and you get 1/5 of a share. You still get the exact same returns proportionally. $100, one index fund, done. Okay, you know what to buy. Now let me walk you through exactly how to actually buy it, because this is the part most beginners find intimidating, and it really should not be. Once your account is open and your $100 is transferred in, which usually takes 1 to 3 business days, here is what you do. Go to the search bar inside your brokerage app. Type the ticker symbol of your fund. If you are at Fidelity, type FXAIX. Schwab, type SWTSX. Robinhood, type VOO. You will see the fund appear with its current price. Click on it, then click Buy. You will see a screen asking you how much you want to invest. Type $100. Make sure the order type is set to market order. This means you buy at the current price immediately. Do not mess with limit orders or stop orders at this stage. Just market order. Review the order, confirm it. Done. You are now an investor. It genuinely takes about 60 seconds once your account is funded. One thing to note, when you first transfer money from your bank to your brokerage account, the platform may put a temporary hold on the funds for a few days while the transfer clears. This is completely normal. Some platforms give you instant buying power while the transfer is processing. Others make you wait. Either way, once the funds clear, you buy your index fund. That is a whole process. Open account, transfer money, search fund, buy, that is it. Here is the most important thing I'm going to tell you in this entire video, and most people completely miss it. Investing $100 once is good. Investing $100 every single month automatically without thinking about it, is what actually builds wealth. This is called dollar cost averaging, and it is the most powerful, simple habit in all of personal finance. Here is how it works. Every month, on the same date, you invest the same fixed amount, $100 or $50 or $200, whatever you can afford. You invest it regardless of what the market is doing, regardless of whether the market went up last week or crashed last week. Same amount every month without stopping. Why does this work so well? Because when the market drops, and it will drop, that is guaranteed, your fixed $100 buys more shares than usual at the lower price. When the market goes up, your existing shares are worth more. Over time, the average cost of your shares is lower than if you had tried to time the market perfectly. And the data is clear on this. Ordinary investors who try to time the market consistently underperform investors who just invest the same amount every single month without thinking about it. Set it up as an automatic transfer inside your brokerage app. Most platforms let you schedule automatic investments on a monthly basis. Set it and forget it. Every month, your investment grows, with or without you watching it. Starting with $100 once is the first step. Making it $100 every month automatically. That is the actual plan. Let me bring it all together. Before you invest, build a $1,000 emergency fund first. This protects you from being forced to sell at the worst time. Open a free account, Roth IRA, if you're investing for retirement long term. Regular brokerage if you want flexibility. Fidelity, Schwab, and Robinhood are all excellent and all free. Links are in the description below. With your first $100, buy one S&P 500 index fund. FXAIX at Fidelity. SWTSX at Schwab. VOO at Robinhood. Do not overthink it. Do not try to pick stocks. Just buy the index fund. Then set up automatic monthly investing. Same amount every month without thinking about it. This is the habit that genuinely builds wealth over years and decades. That is the complete beginner plan. Emergency fund, account open, index fund bought, monthly habit set. In episode 3 of Investing 101, we are going deep on index funds, what they actually are, how they work, why they are the favorite investment of Warren Buffett himself, and which ones are the best in 2026. You do not want to miss that one. If this video helped you understand how to invest your first $100, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. And subscribe so you never miss a new Smart Sam video. I am Sam. Go invest that $100, and I will see you in episode 3.